A little bit of a peppermint tea to start this video. I can see that a lot of you guys have probably joined this channel after releasing the last sound documentary, and if you've enjoyed that, thanks a lot for joining the community. Which brings me to the topic of this video, exploring archetype photography. Marta is a good friend that has a very interesting process when it comes to taking portrait photography. These are the photos that I've recently taken with Marta, and I thought this was an interesting topic to bring out to this channel because for two reasons. Number one, as a photography style, I thought these were super interesting and strong imagery. And number two, if you've never heard about Carl Jung's concept of archetypes, I've got a link at the end of this video for you that will allow you to explore what type of archetype you are. But in the meantime, let me explain. The word archetype comes originally from a Greek word that means the first imprint. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung pioneered the use of archetypes to illuminate personality in the early 20th century. A lot of us may think that when we are born with a clean slate, which is not the case. He's suggesting that we inherit fundamental biological information from our ancestors, simply reflected in the way that we look and even sometimes our characteristics. Now, I love the way that Marta was able to combine these concepts of archetypes with photography, style, and imagery that is so bold and unique. When it comes to creating content that is unique to you, I think we need to go through a process of identifying something that we are passionate about. And that really comes through when you're speaking to her right before she takes these photos. So there are four main archetypal categories that Carl Jung had defined. Number one was the persona, and that is how we represent ourselves to the world. Mainly that comes with the facade that we like to project to people around us and to society around us. And number two is the shadow, and within that archetype, a lot of our subconscious attributes which are rejected by society and also by our moral compass. So things like greed, aggression, hate, prejudice all live within that archetype. Number three is interesting. It's the anima or animus. And the concept is there's a feminine energy that lives within every masculine energy, and vice versa is true. So Jung talks about a personal unconscious and a collective unconscious, and how these two play a huge role in the way that a male or female psyche operate within our society. Number four is the self, and the self is almost like the encompassing conscious and unconscious within our reflection and expression of oneself in society. Normally that's realized through a process called individualization, which merges all aspects of the self. You can think of this by imagining a circle with a dot right in the center. The entire circle makes up the self, where the small dot in the middle represents the ego. Now, the intention for this video is not to go too philosophical down the rabbit hole of the archetypes and Carl Jung's theories and ideas, but to showcase and reflect how a photographer like Marta was able to take a concept as the archetypes and apply that in her photography and in her unique style of taking photos. It's important when we're trying to create a unique style to ask ourselves what is the added value that we are adding to our subjects, and especially if you're into portrait photography. It's very important to try and achieve a certain look or showcase the person that's in front of the lens in a way that they've not seen themselves before. And if you're able to do that, then you're definitely on the right track. I hope this video inspired you to find a process that is true to yourself, that allows you to create images with substance and meaning. And until next time, see you guys soon.